Hi, Miss Esma.
Hi guys, can you hear me well? Can you hear me well, guys? Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to start quickly because we don't have much time. Please send the other people some messages, please, to tell them to join. Ali is here. Aisha, she's here. Farida, no. Hannah, she's here. Hala, not here. Haya, not here. Khulud, she's here. Limar, not here. Malak, not here. Maryam Walid, she's here. Muhammad is not here. Mustafa, no. Najat, okay. Noor and Yasin Tamer, I don't think they are here. Ruqayya, she's here. Yasin Abdul Hamid is here. And Yasin Muhammad Radwan did not join yet.
Miss, I'm here.
Okay, Limar. And Hala?
Miss,
I'm
here.
Okay. All right, guys. So we are going to correct the homework first. Your homework for pages what? Someone tell me.
I don't remember. I made it on the day that you gave us.
Miss,
Yes, Yasin.
it's 42. The two questions at the bottom.
Yes.
And
44 and 46, right?
Miss, I made the homework, but I will send it after the session because I had bad network yesterday.
You're going to submit it today?
Yes.
All right, no problem. Okay. So let's start. I'm going to share now the screen so that we can start. I need you to open your books. We're going to start with the last two questions in page 42. The last two questions in page 42. Question B, what do we call this gas exchange system? Who can answer? Does anyone want to answer and make it quick, please? Because we need to finish today. Yes, Mariam, answer.
Respiratory system.
Yes, respiratory system. Okay. So the first is respiratory system. And what are the names of the muscles that lie between the ribs and aid with the breathing? Mariam, can you do this too? The muscles, yes, okay. The muscles that are between the ribs, they're called what?
Intercostal muscles.
Yes, internal and external intercostal muscles. Internal and external intercostal muscles. All right. Next is page 44. Next is page 44. In page 44, the first one is a paragraph that we need to finish. We are going to fill in the gaps. Someone want to answer it? Make it quick, please, guys, if someone is going to answer it. Yes, Hala? We need to take in what?
We need to take in oxygen from the air.
Yes, oxygen from the air. Yes, to stay alive, we also need to get rid of what?
Carbon dioxide.
Yes, carbon dioxide. From our bodies, the overall process is called what?
Gas exchange.
Yes, gas exchange. Very good. The gas we take in enters our blood. Yes, and it is used with sugar in the cells to release energy. Thank you so much, Hala. All right, so that was the first question in page 44. The next is question number 4 in page 44 also. Some people in 6B did not understand what should they do, so I assume that some of you also didn't hear. So simply you just read the type of the movement, and you want to tick whether that happens in the inspiration or in the expiration. Inspiration is inhalation and expiration is exhalation. Okay, who would like to answer this? Anyone would like to answer this?
If somebody answer, he will answer it all.
No, I prefer someone. Yes, if someone answer, will answer it all. Yes, but I want someone else, Mariam. I just want to make sure that everyone is there and they do understand.
Yes, can I answer?
Okay, yes, Limar. External intercostal muscles relaxation happens in the inhalation or expiration?
Expiration.
Yes, in the expiration or exhalation. Okay. What about when the ribs move up?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Okay. Diaphragm muscles contract.
Inspiration.
Yes, any muscle contraction happens in the inspiration or inhalation. Okay. Chest volume decreases.
Sorry, Miss, I was muted. Expiration.
Expiration. Ribs move down.
Expiration.
Expiration. Air moves out.
Expiration.
Expiration. Air moves in.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Diaphragm muscles relax.
Inspiration.
I said any contraction
Also
is when the
expiration.
yes. Okay. Chest volume increases.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. And the last one, external intercostal muscles contract.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. All right. Thank you, Limar. Next is page 46. Page 46. In page 46, we have also a diagram that shows the respiratory system, and we want to first name the parts and then complete these ones. I'm going to do it quickly because we don't have time. So part A is going to be the trachea, and part B is the lung, one of the lungs. Okay, gas exchange takes place in the alveoli. Complete the following sentence to describe this exchange of gases. We know that oxygen passes through the walls of the alveoli from the air into the lungs, whilst carbon dioxide passes in the opposite direction. Okay. All right, guys. So now we are going to continue with our lesson. The only two parts that are left in this lesson is the effect of smoking on the respiratory system, and the second thing is that how can I measure the volume of breathing? What does that mean? It means that there are some ways and some devices that helps me to see the efficiency or how strong or how healthy my respiratory system is. And this is the second part. I hope that we get there. If we didn't, then we will finish it tomorrow. But first, we are going to talk about the smoking and how does smoking affect the respiratory system. Now, smoking is an addictive habit. What does addictive habit means? It means that once someone starts smoking and they start getting deep into it, like smoking every day, all the time, their body starts to depend on smoking. What does that mean? It means that they feel the urge, or they feel like they have to smoke all the time to feel fine. Okay, this is what, you know what addiction means. They are addicted to smoking. So smoking is an addictive habit, and this is because of the nicotine, which is the drug that is found inside the tobacco, which is the main component of any cigarette. The problem is that it's not only tobacco, or it's not only nicotine that you find inside the cigarettes. There are plenty of other chemicals, all of them without any exception damages the whole body, not only your respiratory system. And yes, all of the things that you see in this picture is found inside the cigarette. You have some types of pesticides inside the cigarette to enhance their flavor, or sometimes to make it burn slowly. There is ammonia, there is methanol, there is the acetic acid or vinegar, the butane, which is the lighter fluid that you can burn, or you can ignite the cigarette using it. There are several other chemicals that would damage your entire body, not only your lungs. Okay, so the problem, or the main problem, yes.
What, there's batteries in the cigarette?
The component of the battery, of course, not the battery itself, the component of the battery, which is the cadmium. There is a chemical called cadmium inside the battery, and cadmium is one of the things that causes cancer. You can find inside the cigarettes. Okay, yeah. What happens when you smoke? Now, before I get into this part, I have to give you a small hint about what is covering your respiratory system. What is the lining of your respiratory system? Your respiratory system is not only a bunch of muscles or flesh. No, they are lined with specific materials. And what are those materials that are lining our respiratory system? I'm just looking for it. I don't know, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so starting from the nose, guys, starting from the nose, your nose, you will notice that you have hair inside your nose. It's not there just to be something icky or something to make you uncomfortable. No, the hair inside your nose is very important to capture any kind of strange objects like dust or stuff that is not supposed to get into your respiratory system. So the nose does that. It captures or traps the dust particles that you inhale with the air that you are inhaling or getting into your body. So it works like filters. They are filtering the air that is getting inside your body. There are also mucus. We know that there is mucus inside your nose. This is also not something for ickiness or something that makes you uncomfortable. There is a point of having mucus in your nose, and this is to, number one, trap any bacteria that gets into the air that you are breathing. They just capture it and keep it away from the rest of your respiratory system. And the second thing is that the air that you get inside your body should be of a specific temperature. It should be of a suitable temperature to your respiratory system. So the mucus in your nose does this job. It makes the temperature good enough for your respiratory, the temperature of the air. It moists the air and make it the suitable temperature for your respiratory system. Okay, and of course it has also blood vessels. You have also blood vessels inside your nose, and this warms the air if it's cold. Okay, so the mucus make it a little bit colder if it's hot, and the blood vessels make it a little warm if it's cold. All right, so this is the lining of your nose. You will notice that from this point on, the whole respiratory system is covered with such cells. What are those cells? You will find cells that contains things like hair. As you can see, look at this. You will find those cells lining your whole respiratory system. I don't know where is the... I cannot find... Okay. All right, anyway. So you will find this hair coming out of some of the cells that is lining your respiratory system. Sorry, guys. So what does that hair does? This hair, first, it's called cilia. Okay, this cilia is supposed to be there to... I lost the slide again. I had 4B before you, so I'm a little bit tense because they were unbelievably noisy. So I'm sorry if I sound like I'm a little bit aggressive. Can you hear me, guys? Okay. Can you hear me? Hello? Are you there? All right. So as you can see, starting from the nose and the trachea and the rest of your respiratory system, you will find those types of cells that have hair on the top of them. Okay, this hair is called cilia. All right, and there are another type of cells covering your whole respiratory system that produces mucus. Okay, now both of those cells are supposed to be trapping any strange object that get into your respiratory system. And this is why if you're drinking water, sometimes you have this episode of strong coughing because you feel like the water got into your nose, or maybe sometimes you feel like you're breathing it. So this is why, this is because the trachea and the bronchi and the bronchioles are made or are designed to deal with only air, only air. If any other thing got into your airways, the cilia, the ciliated cells having the cilia on its top will start to push this object out of your respiratory system. And this is why you keep coughing. If something went wrong, instead of your digestive system, it went wrong to your respiratory system. And this happens because there is a very small wall between the two systems in your throat, in your neck. Okay, sometimes your body gets confused and gets some of the water or some of the food into your airways, and this is why you keep coughing for a very strong cough. This is because the cilia is trying to repel this strange object from your airway. Do you understand, guys? Do you get it?
Yes.
All right. The same also the mucus. The mucus also makes sure to trap any bacteria from getting into the rest of your airways and to also moist the air that is getting into your airway. So the whole respiratory system is lined with ciliated cells, cells that have cilia, and with mucus cells, the cells that is producing mucus. All right, guys? So now let's get back to the smoking part and how the things that I'm talking about related to the smoking. How will it affect our system when we smoke with the ciliated cells and the mucus producing cells? Let me show you what will happen when people smoke. Okay, so when people smoke, what happens is that the smoke that you inhale from the cigarette, it damages the cilia. It just makes it dead. It does not make it work. The cilia will stop working because of the smoke that gets into your system when you smoke some cigarettes, or even when you smoke the cigarette smoke. This is what we call the second-hand smoking. When you're around someone who smokes, you also get hurt, maybe even worse than the person who is smoking. Okay, so the smoke of the cigarette gets into your system and makes your ciliated cells, the cilia, will stop working. And what does it do? As I said, it repels any foreign object or any strange object from getting into your system. It's clearing your system from any dust, from any water, from anything other than pure air. So you're making this stop working. So anything could get into your body, including the smoke. The smoke is supposed to be one of the foreign objects that is getting into your system. Okay? This is the first thing that will happen if you smoke. Okay? The second thing is that whose mic is unmuted? Yasin Abdul Hamid, please mute your mic.
Sorry.
Never mind. Okay? What other thing will happen? The other thing that will happen is that the cells that are producing mucus will produce even more mucus. It will be uncontrolled. It will keep producing mucus until it blocks your airways, to the point that some people will not be able to breathe. Okay, so this is what smoking does to your respiratory system. The first thing is that the cilia that is supposed to defend your respiratory system will stop working. Now your respiratory system is exposed. And the second thing is that the producing of the mucus will increase. The cells will produce even more mucus to the point that it will fill up your whole bronchi or airways, and you will not be able to breathe anymore. All right, guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Does everyone understands? All right. Now
Yes.
let's move to the components, the main components of the cigarettes. Okay, so the first thing is the nicotine. The nicotine is the drug that is responsible or is the main drug that you find in the cigarette. This is why people smoke cigarette first place, to get nicotine into their system. Nicotine actually it does help people to be more concentrated. Some people, when nicotine gets into their body, they are more relaxed. So they are relaxed and concentrated. So this is a perfect combination. The problem with nicotine is that it is addictive. Once you start to get nicotine into your body, it's very hard to get rid of it. It becomes addictive. You need your dose of nicotine every day. And not only this, at some point, your body will start to feel like the amount of nicotine that you are getting inside your body is not enough. your brain will start to ask for more nicotine. And this is why some people who start with 1 cigarette, 2 cigarettes, 3 cigarettes, after a while, they could reach 1 pack a day. Sometimes they reach like 2 or 3 or 4 packs a day. This is suiciding, okay? Why? Because your brain is depending on nicotine now. It cannot perform without nicotine. So I need more nicotine. And this is why we say that it is addictive. Of course, it's not as addictive as the very strong drugs like heroin or morphine or stuff like that. This is like extreme stuff. Nicotine is much milder. But guess what? If this is how people react when they do not get their nicotine dose every day, you will find that some of your parents are smokers, that they are really suffering during Ramadan, right? You will find like they are not concentrating, they are very angry all the time, and they're tense. This is because of the lack of nicotine, actually. So this is how people react when they do not have nicotine. Guess how the other people who are addicted to much stronger drugs, how would they react if they did not get their daily dose of the drugs? So addiction is the worst thing that could happen to any person. It is the worst thing. People who have an addiction towards anything are really in pain. So this is nicotine, all right? So if someone decides to stop smoking, they will get what we call withdrawal symptoms. What's the meaning of withdrawal symptoms? It is a bunch of symptoms that people who stop taking the addictive drugs will suffer. Like what? Like as I just said, they will not be focused. They will feel angry all the time. They feel like they are tense. They cannot concentrate. Those are the withdrawal symptoms. Some people even eat more. Some people, when they stop smoking, they try to compensate this by eating more. So they get a little bit overweight when they are stop smoking. Okay. So this is the first thing, which is nicotine. The second thing, what?
Yes, can smoking make you fatter or way more young?
No, smoking, it is supposed, but not in all cases. But if we're going to talk science, smoking is supposed to make you, they make their appetite less. Your appetite, you don't feel like you need to eat. Okay, so people who smoke tend to be thin, but some people, they just eat anyway. So this is something in their system. They just love to eat. So, but it is supposed, if we're going to talk about what exactly happens inside your body, nicotine is supposed to be stopping you or making your appetite less. And this is why I'm telling you, when you if you stopped smoking, some people compensate this by eating more, because their appetite is now open or really increased, and they are trying to compensate the idea of needing the nicotine, so they try to put food instead of nicotine inside their system. Okay, let me finish. I know that the session has ended, but I'm going to finish the carbon monoxide and TARS really quickly. Okay. I just need to finish this part quickly. Okay, the carbon monoxide, guys, is one of the gases that you inhale while you are breathing in the smoke. Whether, again, you are the one who is smoking, or you are in a room or in the area that someone else is smoking in. Okay, so carbon monoxide is a very toxic gas. And let me give you just a little information. What is the difference between carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide? The word mono in chemistry, it means only one. The word di means two. Okay, so this means that carbon monoxide is carbon attached to only one oxygen, while carbon dioxide is carbon attached to 2 carbon atoms. Okay, so why, miss, is it a toxic gas? Well, carbon monoxide, guys, the major problem in carbon monoxide is that your red blood cells is designed to carry oxygen around your body. We all know this, right? That the red blood cells is supposed to be there to carry around the oxygen around your blood and around your body. Okay, the problem is that your red blood cell, if any carbon monoxide get into your body, the red blood cells will leave the oxygen and bind to the carbon monoxide. It loves the carbon monoxide more than the oxygen. Okay, all right, miss. Again, what is the problem with this? The problem with this is that your entire body is designed to deal only with gas, the oxygen gas only. This is the only kind of oxygen that will help your body to get energy. It will not be able to deal with any other type of gases. So I want you to imagine, like your liver, for example, the blood is coming and it's carrying carbon monoxide and it's offering it to your liver. So your liver will stand in confusion. What did you get me? The blood will say, oh, I got you carbon monoxide. I love him. He's my friend. And what should I do now? The liver will ask, I don't know how to deal with this gas. This gas will not help me break down the sugar and get energy. Just shoo, go away. I don't need you and I don't need your friend. So now the blood will keep moving around, carrying the carbon monoxide, and all of the organs will reject it. No, we don't need this carbon monoxide. So at some point, your organs will not be able to do or to produce any energy, and they will start to shut down. They don't have enough energy to perform any of the jobs that they should do. Do you understand now, guys? So at some point, your body will suffocate. It will die. Okay? And by the way, the carbon monoxide is the reason why people who die in fires die. They do not die because they were burned alive. They died because they suffocated from the carbon monoxide that was produced during the fire. They cannot breathe anymore. Their body cannot perform anymore. And this is why they go unconscious and then die after that. Okay? This is the carbon monoxide. The last thing is the tar. The tar is one also of the components of the cigarettes, and it is a carcinogen. What does carcinogen mean? It means that the tar provokes your body into producing cancer cells. It keeps.
What does provokes mean?
Provokes means that it makes your body. It's like when you're sitting in peace and someone comes and keep, pinching you in your nose or pinching you in your ear and just keeps bothering you until you hit them eventually. This is what provoking is. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what tar does. Yes. Any carcinogen does the same. You have a lot of carcinogens. You can Google it. Carcinogens are there. They get into your body and they start to make your body or provoke your body to produce cancer cells. And this is why at some point people who smoke, they start to develop lung cancer. Some people start to develop gum or mouth cancer. Some people start to develop throat or tracheal cancer and esophageal cancer. So this is what the tar in the smoking does to your body. Okay, I am done with this part. Tomorrow we will be finishing the last part of the respiratory system, and then we are going to start the circulatory system. It's not going to take any time, hopefully. So I will be seeing you tomorrow, guys. And yes, you will be having homework pages 47 and 48. They're really easy. You will find it really easy, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, honey.